The 5 red lights are coming on ahead of the drivers as we are ready to get underway. Here at the Nürburgring Nordschleife, we are racing, and it's Tyler Davison that will lead us into turn number 1 for the first time from pole position. It's Ruben behind him, followed by Aston Lewis, and then Matthew Lilley, with a nice spread out field immediately around this track with quite a spread out starting grid. It means that everyone pretty single file early on in this race throughout the entire field. Already, though, you can see a bit of a battle going on there as Rick Debray goes up and past his teammate Matthew Lilley, as Ruben is feeling the pressure from Aston Lewis through the opening corners of this race. Just 2 laps per race in this event, of course, with this track being oh so long indeed, as Aston Lewis has a look to the inside and makes the move for second position there, up a spot. And now with his soft tyres, can he reel in the race leader Tyler Davison and take his second career victory in this series? He won race 1 in Canada. Can he do the same here in Germany? Davison, though, leading the way through the high-speed right-hander here. All these cars on the absolute limit of grip here. Turner in 7th, Morgan Hitchings in 8th. They're bringing up the rear of the field, but as they make their way down this next part of the lap, it's all pretty single file so far here. But Ricky's going to try and change that here as he goes down the inside, up past Ruben. As he makes that manoeuvre, he is now up into the podium places, and the group of 4 at the front is getting closer and closer as Aston Lewis going to make a brave move down the inside there. Really gave Tyler no choice but to back out on that occasion. It's Aston Lewis to the lead now. He is up front here in Germany. Aston Lewis to the head of the field already on those soft tyres. He is going to be a tough one to beat here today, as we see Ricky now trying to follow up in Aston's footsteps and keep on his tail here. Tyler on the outside trying to put up a good fight here, but I think Ricky may well just have the exit, and it seems he does. And indeed, it is Ricky up into the second position in this race. Ruben in 4th spot, just behind them, ready to try and take advantage as well here. Ricky trying to hold on to that position as they weave their way through this high-speed part of the racetrack. It is going to be Ricky that stays ahead for now, but as they head into this next segment of the racetrack, is he going to make a mistake? He will make a mistake. They all make a mistake there. It's Ricky, Tyler, and Ruben all into the wall, and now Ricky off into the wall again there. That's going to cost him a couple of spots, maybe even 2. His teammate Matthew Lilley, no. Lilley looks as though he's staying in behind for now at least, although he's now got a bit of an overlap on exit. He slots back in behind there. The 2 Genesis drivers, line astern, 4th and 5th as things stand. Tyler Davison just about for now holding on to that second place. Ruben right on his tail now, though. He now has a chance to try and make something happen. There's all a little bit of a wide moment there from Davison, but it's going to be Ruben that comes under pressure here as they head uphill. And it's going to be Ricky on the inside, Matthew Lilley behind, trying to make room for himself there, but it's Ricky into 3rd position, up into the podium places as we head on to the oh-so-long back straight as we make our way back towards the start-finish line now. It is Davison in 2nd spot. Aston Lewis has checked out at the front of the field. This win looks to be his already, and we're not even halfway through this one yet. But the position for 2nd has swapped, and I expect it will do so again in this race. Ricky had a bit of a block there. Davison finds his way past. Ruben on the inside as well there. All of these drivers swarming their way down the back straight. Davison to 2nd, Ruben back into 3rd, and after all of that straight, they are somehow looking like they're going to end it the same order that they started it in. Incredible stuff there. As it is now, Davison into 2nd place, Ruben in 3rd. Oh, big slide though from Davison. Ruben slides off into the barriers. They into the final corner. Contact there between Debray and Davison, and more contact on exit there. Davison out wide into the grass, and now that is Ricky into 2nd place. He should be pretty comfortable now as Davison loses another spot to Matthew Lilley. And the 2 Genesis drivers have made their move, and they're now both in podium places at the moment. But Davison is not one to give up, and he's looking immediately to try and retake that spot. He's throwing it over the inside curb. Very bold manoeuvre. Can he make something happen, though? The pressure is on to score as many points as he can. He's had a tough time out in Canada, did Tyler Davison. He needs to bounce back as quickly as he can with some strong results. And at the moment, it looks like he might just be able to keep himself on the podium, but it will be at best 3rd for him as things stand. He is back into that position, but now Ruben is right on his tail as well. All 3 drivers desperate to try and take a podium finish here in the first race of the day. But up at the head of the field, one man who has absolutely dominated. It's Aston Lewis, career win number 2 in Global Group 4. He wins race number 1 here at the Nordschleife. Rick Debray comes home in 2nd. The 5 red lights are on ahead of the drivers, the revs rise, and we are racing, and we're underway for race number 2 at the Nürburgring Nordschleife, and it's Rick de Bray for Genesis straight up into the lead, but Aston Lewis has managed to hold on to second place. Not too bad of a start from him as he looks to the inside immediately here. Who's going to come out ahead through this next corner? They're going to be side by side, and it is Lewis that leads the way through this next part of the racetrack. Crucial track position here on a track that can cause so much drama, and look at that, de Bray straight over in the grass, off into the wall there. Davison and de Bray side by side. That caused a bit of drama there for both of them, and they lose positions to Ruben and to Matthew as they then head into the next sequence of corners. They look like they've got themselves back into a bit of a routine there as Ruben goes a touch wide. That could leave the door open for Matthew Lilley as you see the cars flowing their way down into this next part. Ruben in second spot, defending that inside line now, opening up the corner. Should be nice and easy through here in his current spot, and will hold on to second for now at the moment, though, as the two Genesis drivers are coming awfully close to contact. There may have been a bit of touch there between those two. Rick de Bray right on the tail of Matthew Lilley, and Lilley is going to let his teammate through, just like in race number 1. Lilley playing the team game there and allowing Rick de Bray up into third position in this race. And now we can see the battle for the lead is incredibly tight here. We've got Aston Lewis with, crucially, a track limits penalty, feeling a huge amount of pressure from Ruben, who does get to the inside there, but not quite enough to complete the move. And now it's going to be Ricky that pulls alongside, and can he get this move done for second spot? This is such a tough part of the racetrack. These drivers on the limit of adhesion, and as they come up through this high-speed right-hander, it's Ricky into second place. Aston Lewis just holds on for now. Ruben in this group as well, though. This is all to play for here. This is lovely stuff, as now Aston goes through the penalty zone. He'll drop back into third place. Ruben up and ahead of him there. Ricky has a chance. Can he break away, or is Ruben and Aston going to stay with him in this one? Aston Lewis, of course, made it look easy in race number 1, but here we're seeing in race number 2, the battle for the lead is continuing to be oh so close as we come to the end of lap number 1. We're almost at the halfway point. Ricky is holding on just to the lead as they head up into this tricky curved braking zone, and crucially, the Genesis leads through them. And that could be very important to have confidence into those corners come the end of this race. But Ricky's gone wide, and maybe he had a bit too much confidence there. He loses the lead and drops back into second spot. Aston Lewis in third place, not quite able to take advantage though, as Ricky is straight away looking to get back onto the attack. He sticks a nose to the inside of Ruben, not quite able to make it happen there into that corner as they had come out of there now. Two four-wheel drive cars out of the front-wheel drive Suzuki Swift there of Aston Lewis. Rick de Bray going side by side as they head down the hill. It's going to be Ricky with the inside line as they come steeply back uphill. Ruben a bit wide, grazes the barriers, and it's Ricky back to the front of the field here. Aston Lewis into second spot. The leaders swapping positions once again in this race. This is a thriller here at the ring. What a brilliant race, but Ricky, in the end, just was on another level on that final lap. He pulls the gap, he wins the race here. Race number 2 to Rick de Bray here at the Nordschleife. The top 8 reversed for the starting grid of this one, and we are racing for the third and final race here today at the Nürburgring Nordschleife. It's Adam Liu that comfortably leads into turn number 1 as two front-wheel drive cars behind him have allowed him to pull a big gap already here. Jackson Turner holds on to second position. Matthew Lilley up into third ahead of Morgan Hitchings, who did start in the third position there. And as they weave their way through this sequence of corners, it is Adam Liu immediately on those soft tyres starting to put in some good pace here behind Turner on the mediums. And then Morgan Hitchings, another on soft tyres for this one. Tyler Davison, of course, starting mid-pack for this race. He is having to push hard here. He's going to look to the inside as Matthew Lilley is feeling the pressure from Morgan Hitchings. Hitchings, a bit of a moment on exit. That's going to squeeze Davison now. Davison keeps his foot in it, though, and will make that move. Ruben following him through. Bit of bump drafting there between those two as they head back down the hill and up once again on this incredibly roller coaster-like track here. Just never ends. The elevation change, and it's a bit of too much elevation change there for Matthew Lilley as he goes up, bouncing over the grass. Tyler Davison now will feel he's got a good chance as they head through this next part of the track. Morgan keeping the pressure on the back of Ruben there, as it's a track limits penalty for Matt Lilley. That's going to be crucial as they turn high speed through the left-hander. Lilley goes wide, pushed off by Davison. He's going to slide back across the racetrack and into the wall. That is Lilley out of any meaningful contention here in this race. He drops to the back and surely will come home in that position come the end of this one. Hitchings in a fourth spot at the moment, but he's got a lot of pressure behind him. He's got back ahead there of Ruben. Ricky in this battle as well, as is Aston Lewis here. Aston and Ricky, the two winners so far in this one, and at the moment they're battling over just 5th position unless they can find a way past the new Hyundai Elantra on the grid. Morgan Hitchings making the switch away from the Porsche Cayman. Comes at a bit of a cost in terms of points, but he now hopes that he can score even more with a new car which he feels much more comfortable with here. Tyler Davison on the back of Jackson Turner here for 2nd place. We've seen these two battling a fair few times in Next Gen Motorsport, and once again, wheel to wheel coming off the corner, and look at the difference in speed there. Tyler Davison, so much more speed coming off of that one. He's able to cruise into 2nd position, and he will now try to reel in his teammate who leads at the moment, Adam Liu, at the head of the field. But Davison, we know he has got the skills to reel in anyone in this series, and he's on the back of Adam Liu now, absolutely wheel to wheel as they come down through this really tight part of the racetrack. Turner pushed a bit wide, he's over the curb as he's in the air and bouncing off and into the wall. Turner into the barriers just like Matthew Lilley. It's Davison out front now with a bit of a margin over his teammate Adam Liu. Rick de Bray up into 3rd, Aston Lewis 4th, Ruben in the 5th position here as they now make their way up through this next part of the racetrack. A big drama there, and multiple drivers who we expected to see contending at the front of this one with issues already on this opening lap. And it is now a Renault 1-2. Can they hold on to this one? A bit of bumping going on into that 2nd carousel. Oh, a big slide from Adam Liu. He just about keeps hold of the car. Not the first time this season we've seen him having to deal with some challenging characteristics of that car there, especially when it gets onto the grass, it has to be said. Doesn't quite have the advantage of the four-wheel drive cars where they can just pin the throttle and keep on going here. As we now see there, that is Aston Lewis right in the slipstream of the top two drivers. Rick de Bray goes one side of Davison, and it's Lewis to the other side as they weave their way down the straight. And Tyler Davison goes from the lead to 4th place in just a matter of seconds there. It's Ricky that will lead us up into this section of the racetrack, just like he did in race number 2. Is that a good omen for the Dutchman as they head up into the final corner? We are at the halfway point now. This time Ricky does keep it on the road as he comes out of that corner. Aston Lewis, not quite the exit he needed there. And Ruben is looking to his outside. Davison right behind, ready to capitalise on this battle, and it's like he might do just that now. He's got the outside line, and he's cleared Ruben, and the Alfa Romeo drops down into 4th spot as Ricky goes wide from the lead, dips his wheels into the grass, and that is Aston Lewis back to the front here, looking for career victory number 3. Ricky doing all he can here, but a poor series of corners for the Dutchman. Now leave him under pressure from Davis, who sticks his nose down the inside there. That's a very bold manoeuvre to try and pull off now as they head into the next corner. This is where Lilly had that massive off on the opening lap. This time it's Davison side by side with Rick de Bray. They all stay on the road for now. It seems as Davison run a little bit wide. Oh, he's around on the curb, and that is Davison dropping down the order. Another one of our big contenders for this race with issues, and that is now him down into the 5th position. 3 drivers are left in that lead group. Aston Lewis still leads the way ahead of Ricky and then Ruben, as we see Adam Liu trying to keep in touch with this lead group. As a bit of a wide moment there from Ricky, all out of shape. He's sliding into the barriers there, and that is Ricky dropping down into 4th place. Another one of the drivers who we thought would have a great chance at victory here has dropped out of it, and he now has to watch as a new trio of drivers lead the way here. It's Ruben ahead of Aston, and then Adam Liu. Liu looking for his first career victory in this series. Aston Lewis looking for his 3rd, and Ruben looking for his 2nd as they head down into the final few corners for the final time here today. Aston Lewis, with the speed of the Suzuki Swift, is going to lead us here into the final sector of the lap. It is car number 67 heading to the final corner here on the Nürburgring Nordschleife. It's going to be Aston Lewis who's going to win race number 3, the king of the ring. 2 wins out of 3. Aston Lewis. Absolutely incredible stuff here today. What a chaotic final race. Wow, what action we've witnessed. After the race, some incidents were reported to the steward. In fact, 13 incidents were reported, and in the end, it had a crucial outcome for certain drivers in the field, most notably Tyler Davison, who managed to achieve a whopping 10 penalty points from this race, which means he is disqualified from all 3 races here at the Nürburgring. He also now receives 2 race bans, which all but take him out of title contention. Another driver with a race ban, though, is another one of the big names and race 2 winner. Whilst he doesn't have any results changes for the Nürburgring Nordschleife, Rick de Bray will have to serve a race ban next time out at Interlagos. So, big names at the front of the field in trouble. Who will capitalise? Will it be Aston Lewis, more wins to his name? Ruben, can he get in the mix, or will it be someone else entirely? You'll have to tune in 2 weeks' time for Interlagos.